tonight to listen to what you've got to tell us, how the effect that these cuts have had on you. But just to give you a little bit of background, when this was first mooted, all the councillors, both in Woodingdean Council and in Woodingdean, did go to the council and made very strong representation that this was not the right thing to do. Woodingdean is a very isolated area. Woodingdean is the only bus for Woodingdean 52, and you know, our service is poor enough anyway without having cuts to that service. So we did make very strong representation when this was first mooted, but unfortunately that failed their fears. There was a lot of misunderstanding about what the Green Council were actually going to do. We weren't sure whether Brighton Hove buses were going to provide the service, or who was going to provide it, and all of a sudden the big lemon came in. We have no problems with the big lemon. What we have problems with are the cuts to the service. The fact that now our children that go to Cllr Newman and Basvic have to change school, some of them three buses to get to school. As Steve said, our old and vulnerable that were using this bus to get to the hospital, it's a lifeline to them to get to the hospital. It's a direct route. All right, we know that the 2 goes down Craven Vale, but it's a long trek along there for people who are a bit less able to walk that distance. That's been cut. And as well, our people that need to get to the station, to get to work in the mornings, or even into the town, they're having problems as well. What really concerns me is that I did receive a briefing from councillors when, a little while ago, I received this briefing from the council, and in it says that the 74 and the 96 school buses that were in danger of being cut were actually reinstated, because it was found that the income from the weekly tickets that were purchased allowed the service to continue to operate. Now, we never had that. We never had that opportunity. In fact, I personally never even knew that the service to Cllr Newman and Basvic and the others were being cut until we had that tiny little meeting up at the Downs Hotel, which the Big Lemon called. The Big Lemon called a meeting. There were probably about a dozen of us there, and that was the first time that I'd ever heard of the impact that this cut to the 52 was going to have on the children that go to school and for the hospital and for the station. So that's really what has spurred us on to do this. So really and truly, as I said before, what we're here is to listen to you. We want to know what the effect is that this has had on you since that service has been cut, to you and your children and to anybody else that you know about. There is a petition. We've got a petition going. I'll be presenting that to full council on the 25th of October. Anybody who wants to sign that or can get some petition sheets signed, because the more pressure we put on, the more chances we've got of eventually getting this bus reinstated, and that's what our aim is. I can't promise it's going to happen tomorrow, but you know, we've got to keep trying. We can't just give up, because it's a vital lifeline for this village and for Woodingdean and Southern Woodingdean. So I'll leave it there, okay. As Steve said, we just want to hear from you what has happened to you since this service was cut.
Brilliant.